Here's my audience. Walker. What if I told you there was something that could reduce your stress levels by 68% in as little as 6 minutes? Reading is proven to be one of the fastest and most effective ways to reduce stress. As someone who has always enjoyed reading, I've experienced firsthand how impactful it can be. As college students, it can be difficult to find time to unplug when balancing work, classes, and our social lives. But reading is not just another task to be added to the workload. Reading can improve mental health, focus, GPA, and it can even be enjoyable. I strongly believe everybody should make time to read regularly, and if not for your own pleasure, for the 3 main benefits. First, I'll explain how reading improves mental health. Second, I will talk about how reading can improve your academic performance. And finally, I will share how reading and active annotation can promote stronger critical thinking skills. First, we will begin with what is possibly the most immediate benefit, your mental health. I believe it is beneficial to find hobbies that are positively impacting your life, whether physically or mentally. If you're looking for a new pastime to pick up, reading is proven to have extremely positive influences on mental health. According to Roma Robertson and colleagues in the 2008 article, The Introduction of a Healthy Reading Scheme for People with Mental Health Problems, published in the National Library of Medicine, along with being used as a form of therapy, reading could in some cases be used as an alternative to antidepressant prescribing and can help reduce wait lists for more staff-intensive therapies. Similarly, Yami Liu did a study on the impacts of reading and stated in the 2024 article, A Study of the Effects of 4 Reading Styles on College Students' Mental Health and Quality of Life, based on a positive psychology study published in the Public Library of Science Journal, that the results of this study suggest that paper text reading and audio reading modalities have a positive impact on the mental health and quality of life of college students. This evidence clearly demonstrates that even just a few minutes of reading a day can serve as a powerful and easily accessible form of stress relief. Next, we will talk about how this habit can directly impact your performance in school. While reading assigned materials offers many benefits, reading for pleasure has comparable effects. In the article, The Importance of Reading for School Success, written by Danielle Lube, in 2024, one of the first milestones children achieve in school is learning to read. But the true power of reading becomes evident when they transition from learning to read to reading to learn. At this stage, students who are strong readers can absorb information in science, social studies, and other subjects more effectively. Christy Witten and colleagues stated in the 2015 article, The Impacts of Pleasure Reading on Academic Success, published in the Journal of Multidisciplinary Graduate Research, many educators encourage their students to read outside of the classroom in order to increase reading comprehension, vocabulary, general knowledge, and cultural awareness. However, research indicates that pleasure reading may have a greater influence on a child's overall academic performance than their socioeconomic status. Clearly, reading is essential for academic success from an early age, strengthening the skills that are important for educational success even beyond college. Finally, it is important to note that how you read can make a big impact, especially when it comes to critical thinking skills. Annotating and keeping notes while reading may sound tedious and unnecessary, but many people find that it helps with recalling information and can even make them feel more connected with what they are reading. In the article, Why You Should Be Annotating, written by Elizabeth Bittner, published in 2024, Bittner states, annotations do not have to be profound. It may feel silly to write the words, "This is a great idea," or "What does this mean?" But even that little bit of mental interaction with the text will help with recalling information and forming connections. This is an example of what an annotated book may look like. As I read, I filled the book with sticky notes to highlight the things that stuck out to me. Now, if I want to reflect, I know exactly where and what I was thinking while I was reading. Annotation can turn reading into an interactive experience. This allows readers to become more critical thinkers. Now that we've covered some of the benefits, we can address some of the common arguments against reading. Some people believe that reading for pleasure isn't beneficial because it often involves reading fictional stories. They assume that if you aren't reading textbooks or news articles, you are not learning and therefore not benefiting from reading. However, this could not be further from the truth. Reading fiction and other forms of writing can be just as beneficial as reading educational factual material. Reading any type of well-written material builds vocabulary, strengthens comprehension skills, and improves writing. These are important skills to have and grow no matter how you apply them. So even if the content you're reading isn't purely factual, the benefits of reading for pleasure are real and educational in ways that go far beyond just memorizing facts. In conclusion, reading is one of the best habits you can develop early on. It supports mental health, academic success, and critical thinking skills. In this speech, I've explained how reading can have drastic effects on reducing stress and improving academic performance. You can start small, choose a book that interests you, and start reading. Eventually, you can annotate a few pages. Set a goal of just 6 minutes a day and you'll be amazed at the transformation. In a world that's always moving, reading is an opportunity to pause, reflect, and grow one page at a time. Thank you.
Do you have to show your people again? Dan, stand up.